Well, hey there, Marie Greene from Olive Knits here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to work a 5-stitch bobble bind-off. And I use this bind-off in my Swiss Dot Shawl, which is part of my Stashbusters B is for Bobble bundle. And because I used a fiber that's very plant-based and kind of a blend of kind of thin types of fiber, my bobbles on this shawl are kind of flat, but yours may be a little bit more pronounced depending on the fiber content that you choose for your shawl. I'm going to go ahead and work my bobble bind-off in a contrast color, which is how it's done in the pattern, and it will also help you see the bind-off a little bit better. So let's get started. All right. I'm obviously not knitting the shawl right now, but let's pretend I'm at the very beginning of my row, and that's where you'll be on your shawl, and we're going to work a 5-stitch bobble into the very first stitch, and we're going to do it like this. Knit 1, yarn over. Notice we're not taking that stitch off of the needle. Knit 1 again, yarn over, knit 1. So now we've created 5 stitches into the 1 stitch, and this is going to create our bobble. So the next thing we need to do is we need to turn our work to the wrong side. And this first section here on the wrong side is going to be a little funky. We're going to purl a stitch, and then we're going to purl through the back loop to try and close up these yarn overs just a little bit. So I'm purling that through the back loop, then I'm going to purl. And then to purl through the back loop, I sort of retwist it onto my needles to turn it, purl through the back loop, and purl. All right, so all of those stitches have been purled, and all of the yarn overs were purled through the back loop. We won't have to do that again, just this first row to kind of tighten up the little yarn overs. All right, we're back to the right side. Now we're just going to knit these 5 stitches. All right, and then we're going to go back to the wrong side, and we're going to purl the 5 stitches. And this is just a regular purl row. I do like to keep my working yarn tension nice and tight so I can create a tidy bobble when possible. All right, now we're going to turn back to the right side. We're going to knit these 5 stitches one more time. And now we're going to close up the bobble. And to do that, we're going to take the tip of our left needle and we're going to pass the second stitch over the first, pass the second stitch over the first, pass the second stitch over the first, and the last over the first. And now we've created our little bobble. Okay, and you can manipulate that a little bit with your fingers to kind of adjust how it looks and make it a little bit more even or plump, whatever look that you like. All right, next we're going to continue with our bind off. And to do that, we'll treat this bobble just like it's a regular stitch. We're going to bind off 5. And try to keep your tension nice and loose on the bind off so it doesn't restrict the edge of your shawl. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so now we've got that nice contrast edge and we've got our little bobble, and then we will go ahead and work a bobble into the next stitch. So just like we did before, go ahead and create a 5-stitch bobble, and then as you're binding off, this stitch here on your needle will be one of the stitches that you'll bind off over the bobble as you continue. So you'll just keep that up all the way down, and then you will have your nice bobble bind off edge.